the meaning of studying Buddhism according to the Lotus Sutra, and the path to Buddhahood of the world-honored one. Prince Siddhartha, later known as Buddha Shakyamuni, was born into a life of luxury and power. However, he was deeply troubled by the suffering of human existence. Renouncing his princely life, he embarked on a spiritual quest for liberation. After 5 years of seeking the way, 6 years of ascetic practice, and 49 days of meditation under the Bodhi tree, he attained Supreme Perfect Enlightenment. From then on, he began teaching and guiding sentient beings, establishing the first model of the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and leading his disciples in spreading the Dharma. At the age of 80, the Buddha entered nirvana, concluding a life dedicated to teaching and liberating others. Initially, many believed that the Buddha had attained enlightenment in a single lifetime. However, as Buddhist thought evolved, particularly in the Mahayana tradition, it became clear that he had undergone countless lifetimes practicing the Bodhisattva path, accumulating immeasurable wisdom and merit before attaining Buddhahood. This understanding is reflected in the concept of the reward body, Sambhogakaya, the fruition of merits and wisdom cultivated over many lifetimes, and the Dharma body, Dharmakaya, of Vairocana Buddha, which represents the all-encompassing wisdom that pervades the universe. The Avatamsaka Sutra, Flower Garland Sutra, asserts that all beings have the potential to become Buddhas. However, the Lotus Sutra refines this perspective, emphasizing that while the Buddha embodies an enlightened and transcendent Dharma body, he still manifests in a human form, guiding sentient beings with compassion and wisdom. The spirit of the Lotus Sutra teaches that the path to liberation is not about seeking blessings from an external Buddha, but about returning to oneself and awakening the Buddha nature within. Nichiren Daishonin, a great proponent of the Lotus Sutra, strongly emphasized that true Buddhist practice is not about prayer and supplication, but about self-discipline, cultivating wisdom, and accumulating merit. The Buddha is not an eternal refuge that one can depend on indefinitely. Rather, he is a guiding light illuminating the path to self-liberation. Only through personal effort and spiritual development can one nurture the reward body of Buddhahood, attain complete wisdom and virtue, and ultimately become a Buddha. In this journey, the Lotus Sutra also underscores the interdependence of Buddha's power and personal effort. While the Buddha's wisdom can illuminate and guide, each practitioner must take their own steps forward. Just as a person must cross 500 leagues of perilous terrain by their own strength, no one else can walk the path for them. Thus, the Lotus Sutra does not encourage reliance on divine intervention, but rather urges self-transformation through diligent practice. Another essential concept in the Lotus Sutra is the ever-present three jewels, Eternal Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, affirming that the Buddha never truly disappears but always exists within our daily lives. Every act of kindness, every moment of wisdom and compassion is an expression of the Buddha's presence. When a practitioner reaches complete spiritual realization, they themselves become a part of the three jewels, benefiting sentient beings. Ultimately, Buddhahood is not just a theoretical goal, it is a reality achieved through practicing the Bodhisattva path, which involves actively cultivating wisdom and compassion while assisting others. When the mind is purified and wisdom shines forth, one gradually perfects the reward body and ultimately unites with the Dharma body of Vairocana Buddha. The Lotus Sutra is not merely a doctrine about the Buddha, it is a profound guide for every practitioner. The path to enlightenment does not come from seeking external refuge, but from developing wisdom, compassion, and merit within oneself. When we cultivate virtue, refine our understanding, and embody kindness, we do not merely follow the Buddha's path, we take the steps to become Buddhas ourselves.